This is unusual, but I am actually going to be sort of reviewing a game that I played on Junkertown today. I think today. So this is Diamond 2. I think Diamond 2. And I'm playing as tank. It's going to end up being a win. I'm going to cover attack first and then defense. And the reason why I'm doing this is I was actually doing a review for somebody else on their Junkertown game, and they talked about the fact that I pointed out a lot of mistakes, but they're like, I didn't really know what I should do differently, right? Like, what would I do correctly? Because in their video, a lot of things were going wrong, so I don't really know what to say, like other than trying to explain everything. So I'm going to try to illustrate sort of what I think about here, and that might actually be helpful, hopefully. And I'm going to sort of play this game through. Again, I'm starting this at this point because I'm going to play the attack side first and then do the defense after that. So for starters, coming through here, right? Taking Junkertown, the number one thing is, is anybody hiding here? Okay, and you can check for this if you need to, right? I usually just kind of pause and wait and see whether I can figure out where the enemy tank is. Often hogs try to play right here. This is a very, very common spot for a hog to play. So I'll just kind of wait, see if anything happens. Honestly, if a hog gets a pick here, it's usually not a big deal, right? You just come back and get it. But, I'm going to pause here, waiting for my team to play out a spawn, and I'm trying to figure out who do they got, right? Do they have Widows? Do they have Hanzos? Do they have Soldiers, Reapers, whatever it is? I don't want to commit until I know what's going on. But I do want to move the cart forwards, right? I do want to get the cart moving, because the cart moving is going to apply pressure to them to have to do something eventually. Now, you see I'm looking around a lot. I see there's a turret. I don't want to go anywhere until the turret's dead, because I don't want my team to get held up by that turret. Okay, again, I could dive right away, but I'm not going to. Well, I hope I don't. You see, I already identified the opposing tank. I know there's a tank. I know there's a Diva. I know there's a Kiriko. Right? And I immediately go back to spawn. Why do I go back to spawn? Because I don't want to dive into this. I'm going to get absolutely shredded by the Diva. I love playing Diva against Winston. I think it's just a really hard matchup for Winston. So I switch to Zarya. Why? Because again, as Zarya, I can just beam Diva down or defense matrix to join against me. Right? So let's talk about space creation. So for starters, I think we went past it a little too quick, but I saw that one of the DPS went down. We actually picked off their Torb, which gets us through one of the harder sections, which is this part right here, which is clearing this part right here so that your team can advance. If you can't clear this part, you will have a bad time because they're just going to keep shooting at you. But usually, your team / you can do it anyway. There's not a lot of cover here. Like it's like full cover, but you can splash them back, and that usually forces them back, okay? And then they usually end up playing here, or up here. All right? You notice that because we killed DPS, they already fell back, which is smart. They swapped to Reaper because I was on Winston. So I swapped the Zarya after the Reaper had already spawned and had walked out. So now this space right here I have to clear, okay? Often a tank will try to play this doorway, right? Or they're going to play this corner, or they're going to play this doorway or this doorway. So the most elemental aspect of space is pushing the opposing team back. Usually not getting kills because, again, people don't typically die unless they make a wrong decision. Okay? Usually just about forcing them back. So what am I doing here? All I'm doing, even 0 energy, I'm just beaming the Diva down. And Diva doesn't want to fight this because it's not a good fight for her, right? I'm going to have bubbles. I'm going to use it, right? She just goes back. I've already made space. I've cleared this area that is safer than it was before because the Diva has gone backwards. Okay? How would I do it if I was playing other tanks? If I was Ryan, I would walk into her and swing, which would cause her to leave. If I was Hog, right, I could potentially hook her and then shoot her and then force her to go back, or I could try to hook someone on high ground. If I was playing Winston, all right, I definitely wouldn't be diving her. I would be diving up top, which would force them back and then force the Diva back to go deal with me. Okay? If I was playing Orisa, I just have to spam her down, right? I spam. I could potentially spin into the Diva right through defense matrix. I could potentially spear, javelin somebody into the wall and possibly get a kill or force them back that way. Okay? You just have to use whatever the kit is available. As a Ramatra, I have no idea. I don't play Ramatra. As Wrecking Ball, there's a lot of rollouts here. Again, it's not a huge Wrecking Ball, but you could, for example, grab here, fly over, and knock them down, and then pile drive. But fundamentally, number one thing is I need to move the tank backwards, okay? Like, if we simplify the matchup as simply, how can I make the tank go backwards is how space is created off it. Okay, so we're down 1, okay? I don't feel the need to go back because I don't feel like in so much danger. I bubble the Ana, right? I recognize danger's higher. I should have popped that bubble, but I don't get it off in time. Great, I die, no problem. Come back. Down again, right? And again, you notice that they don't really want to mess with me here, okay? Because I know my team is all rolling out right here, right? I just saw that, my Ashe got a pick on the Zen, which is great, and I'm just going to beam them down right here. Okay, I use bubble, I get more energy, I'm getting, even more dangerous. I back up here to heal. I don't want to use the second bubble until I have to, right? I see the Reaper goes, I try to follow the Reaper, he gets a little spooked, then I go after Diva. I don't get greedy, right? Okay, I see this soldier here, and this is what I talked about in the other video, which is how to help. Okay, I'm not gonna do a ton of damage here, but the right clicks are dangerous. Okay, they boop her, they're gonna slow her down a little bit. All right, and she might take a lot of damage off this, so she gets nervous, right? She's just kind of spamming here, and then I'm gonna jump, right click, right? I hit her, right? You see how low she is? I'm gonna right click again, and she gets even lower, and now she's at 40 health, and now she's out of there. Okay. Space created. The Sojourn was here, putting pressure on my team. 2 right clicks did like a little over 100 damage, and now she's moving backwards. That's space creation right there. Even though I'm not a vertical hero, just those right clicks ended up being a big deal for keeping the Sojourn back. Reload, and I'm like, look, everybody else is playing way back, so I have to go deal with this this D.Va. I think I saw that Reaper teleport, but I just didn't register myself. Okay, I'm zapping the D.Va. Okay, I know I can win this fight against the D.Va. I have bubbles. I should be pretty safe here. Yep, I'm safe. Reaper's forced back. I didn't do anything with that. D.Va did it, or the rest of the team did it rather. Okay, once again, I've tried to force D.Va out. D.Va's at half. She goes, pops neck. Okay, great. Just from the kill on D.Va and move forwards. Right. So again, the D.Va just didn't feel safe. I think no matter which way she went, even though if she went this way, she was too low and she was gonna die in that situation. Okay, so I'm gonna go out here. So once again, I'm gonna go through, right? The Reaper is pulling back because he doesn't want to mess with me. I see the Zen here, right? I'm squeezing off the Zen, and I'm gonna get this kill on the Zen because there's nothing the Zen can do to stop me. Right? I see the Reaper. Okay, again, like space creation, right? I don't even want the Reaper to come in and teleport someplace weird. I know I have the advantage, right? I have like just enough energy. I have a bubble. No problem. I can easily force the Reaper to go back here, right? I force Wraith, right? I see the Kiriko is here. Great. So that's it. I already forced Wraith, which means the Reaper does not have Wraith for this fight. So I'm like, you know what? Here's what it is. I'm gonna keep zapping you. I bubble here. I already bubbled. I go back. Okay. So again, space creation, right? I'm preventing the Reaper from coming out. Other tanks might just back up to the cart and be like, oh, let me just sit on the cart, like move a little faster. I know this Reaper has more than enough time to get to the cart. My priority here is making sure the Reaper doesn't get out of here, at least not for free. Right? I understand that the rest of the team has gone in now, and now I need to back up. Okay? I need to go back. That's why I say bubble for. I say bubble, so I'm totally safe. I'm looking for grab. I grab. Right? I'm just gonna microwave people here. Right, I give up killing Reaper because he's gonna regen too much. I try to kill the Sojourn because I hear the Sojourn ulti, and then Sojourn kills my team. Okay, right? But like I did my job in terms of just like pushing the other team back. Could I have done better? Yeah, sure. I'm sure there's something I could have done better. But like in terms of space creation, which is why we're talking here, that's my point. This is where I mess up. I meant to hit shift here to stop on the bridge and then defense matrix and go backwards. Instead, I somehow don't hit it or whiff it. I don't know what happens. I just die here. Right? This is a huge mistake. So I'm coming back. Okay, great. Come back again. Right, you notice that I've gone D.Va now because I'm using D.Va to deal with both the Winston and the Soldier and the Reaper all at once. Okay, so you notice that when I come up here, I have to make space here. You see how my team is like it's not safe to walk up. So I have to get up there and force this team backwards. Okay, as long as they're standing over here, they can put pressure on my team. I can't just walk up the middle though because I'm going to take too much damage. So I'm playing the inside corner until I'm ready to start committing and do something. Okay, so first thing is I clear top because this part right here is pinning my team back. Okay? You see my Hanzo's back, my Zen is back, my Kiriko can't play that far forward, the Sojourn is back. I have to clear this top side because it's really hard for them to deal with that. So how do I do it? I just boost up there, right? I shoot, I fire missiles, they're like reasonably low. You see the Sojourn already backs off because she doesn't want to mess with it. If she didn't back off, I would just lit her up, right? They back off, right? I matrix to make sure I don't get demeched here, and that gives space for the Hanzo to get a kill, right? So let's watch this now. So Hanzo's here, okay? See that high ground? This high ground would be a problem for him, right? But I go up, they're clearly not gonna attack him anymore. He's like, okay, cool. Then he has space, he gets to shoot here because no one's attacking him right now. That's why he gets this kill, because no one is attacking him right now. That's the concept of space, all right? Now watch it from my other DPS's perspective. Right? You might say, oh, DPS diff. I mean, I think this game, we actually probably did have a DPS diff as well. Their Sojourn was super good, but beyond that, I think there was a DPS diff. So Sojourn here, okay? Same thing. She goes, plays high ground. Can she fight the Sojourn here one-on-one? I mean, maybe. I mean, she's charged, which helps her. But like in a one-on-one, you don't want to rely on your teammate winning a one-on-one to win the game. Okay? That's what help is for. That's what the point of the tank is for. Okay? So Sojourn's up there. She's like, oh, okay. She's kind of holding it, right? She's like, doesn't feel confident about the shot. She has to go back. She has to heal again. See, the soldier just lit her up, right? She can't go do anything yet. But now that I forced off high ground, right? You can see top right. I forced high ground now. Now she has space, and now she gets to get a right click because nobody is shooting at her. Right? That's your job as a DPS. Is once space is created, pow, and she gets the kill. Right? And from here, their tank, like look at what their tank is doing. Their tank isn't doing anything. That's the whole problem. Okay? As my team continually pushes forwards, right? As my, like, he goes backwards. He gives up a ton of space here. His TPS go up there to try to take space, but he goes all the way back to this cart. But what's he going to do from here? You see? He's not doing anything right now. Right? He could have jumped up and bubbled me off, for example, right here. Right? He could jump the Hanzo, but instead he's playing super slow. He's just spamming right clicks, and now he goes, but he's down 2. Right? He's already down 2 supports. It's irrelevant. This fight's over. Buff primal, it doesn't matter. Okay. Just go in. Just clean up from here. Right, we actually had a lot of trouble pushing this. We actually nearly lost this first point. So, actually I forgot that this fight actually went long. Okay, so he's primal. This is after primal has ended. He's popped bubble. Okay, I need to force again space. Right, space pushing him away from the cart allows the cart to move forwards. I go after the monkey. I should turn and recognize the Kiriko was here. Okay, monkey goes back and tries to go on it. I really want to dive the monkey, but I can't because I have to be on cart. Because I'm afraid that if I leave cart, that nobody will be there. So I just focus the Kiriko for now. Reaper's here. I recognize that Trance is there. And now back to space creation. Okay, this whole area is now unsafe because they have a Reaper, right? And they have a Winston here in Trance. So Reaper and Winston in Trance are very dangerous. They can walk around and kill just about anybody here. I have to figure out how to save this point. So what do? I toss bomb because I can't outdamage Trance, right? Trance heals, I don't know, 250 health a second or whatever. Nobody's gonna outdamage Trance without a grenade here, and I don't have an Ana. So I throw bombs straight up in the air, right? Which creates space. Why does it create space? Because if they don't do anything, they will die, right? They have to do something about this. So I'm gonna throw bomb, right? Straight up in the air, right? He bubbles, fine. Okay, but at the very least, it forced them to have to respect the bomb, right? The Zen, as soon as I toss it, the Zen's gotta go, right? Winston has to put bubble. The Reaper cannot pursue. He cannot pursue this fight anymore because of the bomb, right? If that bomb was in the air, he just would have walked forward and killed Soldier. So again, I remech. Okay, back to space creation. What's space creation? I have to force them back. This is the only safe spot for them right now. If I make this spot unsafe, they all die. Right? I continue shooting the Winston, right? That's what space creation, because I know that D.Va can beat Winston in a straight up fight, because I know how much damage D.Va does, and I know how much damage Winston does, and I do like 3 times as much damage as the Winston. So it is not a problem for me to beat him in a straight fight. So I force him back, especially because he's discorded. I force him back. Now, next, Winston is gone, right? Effectively gone. He's like leaving. He's like, go away from me. Now the Reaper's in my face. Can I beat the Reaper? No, I can't, right? Not without missiles. So I go back, right? I see the Kiriko's here. I get healed. And then what do? I boop him away from cover because I know that I have a Sojourn and a Zen back here. Or I did have a Sojourn. Where's the Sojourn? Oh, yeah, Sojourn's over here. In the fight, I didn't know exactly what happened there, but I know that I have a Sojourn and a Zen in the back. If I can move him away from the cart, it increases the chances that I will get help to kill him. I try to gun him down. Right, I prevent Sojourn from charging on me. I see the Zen. I really want to charge this. I can't. Right. Sojourn kills my Kiriko. Unfortunate. All right, but good Dragon comes in to get the kills. All right. Was it me that won this fight? No. I mean, obviously my DPS get like the majority of the kills, but me continually pushing the team back was my job. Could I have gotten more kills? Yeah, sure, possibly, but fundamentally, that's sort of what the DPS are for, right? You have to go in there and you have to make space. Is the enemy Winston making as much space as me? Well, we can go back and we can watch. Right? So, right, he was on cart. He's Trance is up, right? I throw bomb, which forces him to bubble. He has to use bubble. Okay, so you see how he can't go right back in right away. He jumps on me, which is a huge mistake. Right? Because he jumps at me, he's like, oh shoot, now he jumps. Now he's making space, right? He's pushing back the Sojourn. Alright, but again, he had to use bubble for bomb, which means he didn't have bubble until now, and now he's taking a lot of damage. Right? So he's deflecting the Sojourn. He comes back, but he jumps back into Dragon. But he was so low, he would have died anyway. Right? Now just go in, and now just clean up the camp. Okay, so we captured the first point. It's all about second point. What's the danger spots? Well, one is up here. Well, actually, first thing, this spot right here, followed by this, followed by that. And then after you get through those three, then it's going to be here, here, and then back here, up and down. So this spot is rarely held unless all 5 defenders are alive when the point is capped, which just happens sometimes. Sometimes you get wiped on first, like so badly that you can't get back and contest, and you'll hold up here. Often, close-range brawly teams like Rhine, Orisa, Hog will be playing up here and try to hold this for a while, and then like the Ana, Soldier, and Ashe will play back here. Okay? Because we just wiped them because they try to contest the point, I know they don't have these spots available. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step up and take these away from them. Because, again, these are really hard positions to dislodge. So I don't want to sit on a cart, even though it moves it faster, right, with 3 people. I don't want to move the cart faster. I want to get up here and force them to take the space away from me. Right? Huge part of playing tank is force them to commit resources to pushing me away. I don't want to go too far because I don't want to get demac'd here. Right? I heard footsteps, which is why I immediately started spamming that. So D.Va's here, okay? D.Va looks back, okay? I know that the supports aren't here. It's just the Reaper. Reaper's too far away to do any damage. The D.Va's already taking 200 damage, and I know my Sojourn's with me. I win this fight. So that's why I'm just shooting. Right? Shoot, 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 shoot. I've already done over half of her health. I've only lost 100. I already feel like I'm gonna win this fight. Right? I just do that, make sure our Sojourn doesn't get like killed somehow. Right? I force the D.Va back. Again, space creation. Right? I got basically no help except Sojourn. It was 2 versus 2. Right? I is D.Va, right? And a Sojourn, 1 tank, 1 DPS versus 1 tank and 1 DPS. Okay? But we're in better position because I went up there and took it first. If I was standing here and I let the Reaper and the D.Va walk up here and I try to go up, I would lose that fight. But because I understand damage fall off and I understand Reaper's weapons and Sojourn's weapons and my weapons, I understood that I could win that fight. And so me standing up here is taking space away from the enemy. Now, instead of safely standing up here or over here or over here, they're wedged into this hallway. Okay, that's space. All of this space is free and safe to my team because of what I just did. What I just did is what helps us win this game. All right? So, continuing forwards. So, I hear the Reaper, right? I think I see the Reaper go through. I'm trying to remember what happens here. Right, Hanzo kills 1, great. Again, it's tough for them to come out of here, right? Because he's just standing there, just shooting them as they're coming out of this tiny hallway. You might be like, oh, DPS got a pick, but part of the reason it gets a pick is because we've deflected them. If the D.Va was out here, then the Reaper would be out here, then the supports would have already been out here, and the Hanzo never would have had such an easy shot. Right? If we go back, right? No one's even looking at this Hanzo, right? They're all looking over here because that's where I'm standing. So, going back to me, what do I see here? I think I heard a sleep dart. Oh yeah, he does Sonic Arrow, so I see that the Reaper is coming up, and I think I probably heard him as well. I immediately boost over to make sure that my Hanzo does not lose this 1-on-1. All right? Hanzo ends up hitting him in the head. Great, but he might not have, right? He might have missed it, right? He might have body shot him, in which case I was still here to help my Hanzo win the fight. Now, I understand the Kiriko swift stepped in, so the Kiriko is going to die, right? She's going to pick up this Mega, right? And now it's just aim tracking. Yeah, she kills Hanzo here. Right? And I go. And now I've just killed 2 more people just by being in the right spot, understanding where my team was, and peeling for them, right? That was an example of peeling. Is I saw, again, it was a 2-on-1 against the Hanzo. He managed to kill the Reaper, but I went over and I made it a 2-on-2 and helped win. What was their D.Va doing that period of time? Okay, again, so a big problem here. Right? She comes up, she tries to challenge this, she's losing this fight, she's at 340, 270, okay, she's like, oh shoot, and then she has to go back to 194, she comes back in, she goes to the supports, she has to wait and get healed, right? And it forces Ana Grenade right here. So now Ana Grenade isn't a problem for my team to deal with. Okay, she's just kind of poking at me, but this is poking, and she wastes missiles right here. She's not doing anything of value, okay? Again, the Soldier's also charged, and she's not thinking about that and dealing with that. She loses the Sojourn, she walks in here, right? She's like too slow on this, okay, comes up, right? It was good call for her to go in there, but she's too slow, right? She's just a second too slow to save her Sojourn, right? Then she goes after the, that's why the Hanzo drops, because of this. Got it, right? And as a result, my team was pushing the cart safely the whole time, right? space creation. So, Sword Matrix, D.Va's just gonna die here. I don't think they actually challenge this. Yeah, they don't challenge this. So, same thing, right? We've capped the point even before anything else is going on. I'm like, I want to take this part away from me. Because in Junkertown, up here and up here are where people typically start, sometimes over here. Okay, that's typically where people are going to play. I want to make sure that the Reaper, who I'm pretty sure has ultimate or is close to ultimate, I want to make sure that he's not hiding somewhere or going to drop on top of us. I'm going to take this high ground away from him. At distance, I can win the one-on-one. Why? Because I play D.Va. I understand how D.Va's mechanics work. I understand how Reaper works. I know I can take this distant fight with him. Okay, he covers, which is smart. That's exactly what he should do, right? He's trying to take the close fight, and you notice that I'm stalling for time. I am not like, oh, I can walk in and kill him, because I can't. Okay, I'm just stalling for time because I know the cart's moving, and every second that time goes by, the cart will come closer to me, which also brings my supports closer to me too. I have no need to take this fight and kill him right now. A, I don't think I can, but B, things get better for me the longer this fight goes on. All right, I figure out that they have a Rhine at this point. I don't need to do anything because the Rhine is too far back. He's not creating space. In order for the Rhine to create space, he needs to be up here. Okay, but he can't even do that because his team isn't ready because they were staggered coming out of spawn. So I know I don't even need to look at the Rhine. I don't need to shoot a shield. I don't need to shoot the Rhine. All I need to do is keep this Reaper and the other DPS off of my team. Right? I also see the Sojourn, right? Same thing. Great, both DPS in the same spot. I can do my job here just by keeping them from killing anybody. Right? As long as they get no picks, like these guys could be the best shot. They can have aimbots, but if they don't have an opportunity to shoot anyone, I have pushed them back, created so much space, this vertical space right here, that it is irrelevant, right? So once again, I try to push the Reaper off the point, which I think I do successfully, okay? One of these DPS has effectively been removed from this fight. I think he's going to teleport back on in a second, right? See, he didn't want to be knocked off. He wanted to be up top, and he recognizes he has to come back up right away. Back to me, all right? I knocked the Reaper off, right? I knocked the Reaper off, and now I'm going to go for the Sojourn, right? I go over here because I realize my Sojourn might lose the one-on-one to the Sojourn, so I come back, and I Matrix her, right? Now, when I realize when she steps back from the edge, so I know it's not a threat, now I'm going to kill her. Again, no one's here to help because of their positioning, right? And the fact that I am playing up here in their face. Their Rhine is doing nothing. Let's just watch the Rhine through this period of time. Okay? Like, stuff is happening up here. You see? What's he doing? He's just holding the shield, okay? He's not slowing the cart down at all. So this space is irrelevant. Right now he's lost one. He's playing back. He just keeps giving him space. Okay, what should he do in that scenario? Probably not play Rhine. This is not a good point to be playing Rhine, right? Especially if you don't have like good long-range hit scan that can make use of the shield, right? I think Orisa is way better here. I think Hog is way better here. I think even Zarya could be doable here. I think D.Va is usable here. I think Winston is doable here. Rhine is just not a good pick when you have a long open space like this. What's the Rhine gonna do, right? His shield just breaks, and then he just sits there like a fool. No offense, I mean I really like Rhine, but like this is not a good situation for Rhine. Okay, the Reaper's up there. I have to drop, right? Because I think I get a little spooked. Yeah, I dropped down to 377 and then I drop here, right? Because I don't want to. I want to go once armor is gone. I get killed very quickly. So I know the Reaper's thinking about ulti, right? Because remember I told you I was thinking about ulti already once we entered third point. Okay, so I was going up there already to try to make sure that he doesn't ulti. But I'm too late, and he drops back, right? There's an advantage here because this thing actually kind of blocks me from getting up there fast enough. And then I end up not saving people in time, I think. Yeah. Oh, no, I actually do, right? So I buy just enough time for my Zen, I think. Right? My Zen's nano. Yeah, see? So I think I absorbed just enough here because the Zen drops all the way to 32, 38 or something. Right? 2 ticks. And then I think I was matrixing. Yeah, I think literally, I think I bought him 1 tick. No, I think he actually just reacted in time. But either way, I mean, like that's what I was trying to do. Whether or not it worked successfully or not, that was the idea. But I didn't execute it perfectly. Okay. So Rhine's finally in because Rhine's like, hey, I gotta do something. But again, we had trance there, okay? I already killed the Sojourn, as you recall, right before this. That's why the Sojourn's respawning right now. So this is a 5-on-4, and we have trance. So it's an easy kill. Right? Rhine can't win this fight. There's no chance. It's not a skill thing. He's literally nothing he can do here. Okay. So that's defense, okay? Or that's offense. So offense. So I'm playing Sigma. Okay, why do I play Sigma here? So I think Sigma's a very common pick because Sigma, you see how far his orbs go? I can attack all the way out to here, all right? Which is a good range for you to put pressure on the opposing team. Orisa can shoot out even further, but she does less damage. So Sigma, I feel very consistent here. I can put shields. There's a lot of snipers on this map. For example, like a Widow could go up here, and I could shield off the Widow, for example. I think there's options here as Sigma. So my concept of space is not so much taking space, it is denying them from taking space. So you see the D.Va immediately comes over, and I'm like, hey, the D.Va's going to probably go for whoever's on my flank, which I assume was my Widow. So I immediately come over here and get ready to start committing on the D.Va. I start taking a ton of damage here, right? I see there's a Pharah, so that's why I grasp right away, right? And again, Pharah wants to go and kill the Widow. I'm just putting pressure on the Pharah, right? This damage is not trivial, right? She has no way of easy. She doesn't have mercy, so it's not an easy way for her to, okay? They try to pressure me. I put up shield. I rock the Genji back. Right? It's fine. Again, how do I hold this space? I hold this space by doing damage to the D.Va. Okay? If I don't shoot her, she's going to keep walking in my face. But I recognize that she's low. She's just used Matrix. Okay? Alright, I'm full health. I can just kind of keep putting damage here. Right? I want to keep staying here until they force me to step back. I have to go back now just to change the angle because I'm afraid of what's going to happen down here. Okay, I want to get in front of my supports because you notice my Kiriko's really far in front here. I want to slow down and stop the cart because I want to give us at least 2 fights on this point. Alright, again, just using abilities, doing damage. Okay, who do I try to damage here? I try to damage D.Va. Why? Because the other people aren't really able to be hit. Like the Genji's up in the air, the Lucio's up in the air, the Ana's around the corner. The D.Va's the only person I can consistently hit here, so I just keep hitting the D.Va because that's pressure that keeps the D.Va from going forwards and requires their team to heal. Right? D.Va tries to push me back, whatever. Okay, she bumps me, and I'm like, fine. I have to give up 1 corner, right? I liked playing here, but she bumped me. Now I can't go up that far because it's too dangerous, so I play this corner now instead. Right? Again, I'm trying to buy as much time as possible. You're never going to win. I mean, typically, assuming teams are even, you're never going to like win every defensive fight, right? It's all about how much time can you force them to use. Okay, we lose one. Again, picks happen. Picks happen against DPS. They're just fragile creatures. They will get killed. So, in this scenario, again, I am trying to like kind of stabilize here as best I can. Okay, I'm trying to hold the front line. All right, I noticed the fact that the picks happen. I'm gonna look back to see where it was. Okay, everyone's diving. At this point, like I can no longer protect the space at all. Okay, all I do is try to kill people as fast as I can, because whatever happens from here is gonna be a mess. Right, I hit the Genji. I almost landed this kill. Get him. Right, I grasp. So, from here, I have to stabilize. Okay, I saw the healing on my right, which is where Kiriko was, but she actually swift steps. So what I do here is I try to use this space right here as safe space, as a space that I can hold. But I think I realized, oh shoot, the Kiriko has jumped. This was not a good swift step from her, I think. I think she was actually safer where she was over there, but she swift steps to probably save the Yash. I try to shield to potentially have her sit in this block. Like you see that if I did this perfectly, I think I actually did this perfectly. I think she just stood in the corner. She might have lived. I'll try to shield her in the corner to try to give her some safe space, right? I try to hit the D.Va, but at this point I assume the fight's over, right? Like, what am I going to do here? I'm like close to... I'm just trying to make sure I die in the cart, right? I'm close to ulti, but none of this really matters because I'm pretty sure that I'm going to switch off. Do I? I can't remember where I switch off now. Right? Again, just try to buy time, but I know it's ultimately irrelevant. I know nobody's going to come back in time to save me. Right? So they did a good job there. They take an offense. So Combat Sigma, I have Flux, right? Once again, same thing, right? D.Va tries to play up here, okay? I'm late to the party because I'm the last one to die. Well, second to last one to die. Widow died after me. So again, I have to take back this high ground, okay? This is the space that I must retake for my team. If I play back here, my team is going to get walked over because they're going to control all these other angles. I walk up. I rock, right? Again, I notice the D.Va's vulnerable, right? If I rock her in the corner, she can't get healed. So she gets really low here. Fine. I see the Pharah. I want to make sure the Pharah doesn't go over top and kill my team. This is bad Bob. It's a very bad Bob. But I'm looking for ulti, because I assume this ult basically didn't happen, because it's not going to do anything, right? I'm looking for ulti opportunity. I want to pop it early, because I know I can farm a second one before the point is over. Right? Pick him up. I force beat. Fine. Right? I fall. I use shield, right, to protect myself. I try to rock Genji when he's deflecting. Right? D.Va Remax. I want to back up here, probably. Yeah. So, I try to back up here because again, this is not. I'm not like a great close range hero. I see the Genji go past me. I hear the blade. As soon as I hear the blade, I'm going to turn and rock. Why? None of this matters. I know I'm not going to instantly die here. What matters is his blade. I have to stop the blade or else we lose this fight. Okay? Because, again, Nano Blade, I assume he's going to kill everybody. So I go for the rock, and I nearly hit it. Right? I just barely miss him. This is so close. It's actually nice seeing this in replay. Because I knew at the time that I was close. I couldn't tell if I hit him or not. Right? Swing. She misses the sleep. Jumps. Right? Just barely miss him. Once I see I miss, there's nothing I can do. Right? The Genji is too much health here for me to kill. I guess I could have potentially killed him. It would have taken 4 directs to kill him at that point. But 3 directs without healing. So, at this point, again, I assume this fight's over. Right? I'm going to try to do the best I can. I've already recognized... Actually, maybe this fight's not over. So again, I try to rock. Kidding. I try to rock. D.Va's here. D.Va's trying to kill my backline. Right? He manages to kill Kiriko here. I spam the mech, try to do some damage. D.Va tries to fight me here. I kill the Pharah, right? Try to prevent her from killing anybody else, slash me. And then Baby D.Va's here. Okay, I killed 2. And now I'm like, hey, wait, this is a 2-on-2, and my soldier's on high ground. This is potentially winnable. Okay? The space that I've created here is the vertical space up here by killing A, the Pharah, right? And B, demeching the D.Va and then killing the D.Va means that my sojourn is safe because I exist and I got those kills. That is space creation right there. So I remove shield because I don't need it anymore. I know the end is low. Right? Now it's just easy, hopefully easy kill on Lucio. I don't mind if Lucio jumps around because I know he's going to die no matter what, and so it's going to end up being a longer stagger. Right? And right back to my old spot, okay? Taking space. I would love if I could take even more space, but I just can't reliably do that with this lineup and with this hero. Okay, I hear, right, and slash saw the D.Va. Okay? I don't want them to take this upper spot for free, right? Because you see that the Ashe is just aiming at the Pharah. I can't let them attack the Ashe in the situation. So I'm taking this space away from the enemy. Right? Which allows the Ashe to get the kill. Let's watch from the Ashe perspective. So, Ashe goes. She sees the Pharah. Right? I think I ping her as well. Right? So she starts reacting. You see that she's flanked here. She's flanked here by the Lucio and the Genji. I honestly should have shielded this. She's flanked here by the Lucio and the Genji, who could have killed her. Right? But again, because I'm here, right? Oh, I do shield it, right? Because I'm here, they can't get the kill on my Ashe, which frees up my Ashe to get a kill on the Pharah. Okay? Genji dives in. I'm gonna rock. I barely missed that again. He's very lucky. Okay? I recognize, hey, look, I can't consistently hit shots from this angle. I have to back up because I don't want them pushing the cart past me and then putting me in a really bad spot. So I'm going to drop down here. Not much I need to do here. My DPS is just killing everybody. The D.Va is not doing anything to deflect this, right? Again, because the D.Va is not clearing us off high ground, we are continually raining down damage on the team, right? How does the D.Va do that? Well, it's complicated, right? The D.Va might need an ultimate, right? She might need to flank. She might need to go after people who are isolated. She might need to take this spot. Like, there's a lot of options there. It's not so easy to explain, right? Because there's so much context that goes into it. I can only just explain my thought process in this situation. I think for them, their win condition is probably waiting for Nano Blade. Again. Right, D.Va's gone. Okay. Again, I see D.Va is attacking somebody, so I'm trying to intercept there. My DPS already has a pick. Okay. I was going for the D.Va, but when Lucio's there, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll take it. Right? And I push back the D.Va. Right? We also use Nano here. Go in, this is more cleanup. Alright, Winston's here. Alright, so now they swap from D.Va to Winston, which is a good choice. Alright, I don't have Rock right now. So I do damage to the Winston in order to force him back, right? Otherwise he would just keep pressuring me. That's why I step in the bubble and attack him, because I do more damage per second than he does. Right? I do like 50%-ish more. So they activate bead here for some reason. I don't actually know why they pop bead here. As a counter to high noon. Okay. I ping the Genji because I know the Genji's gonna have blade. Right? So you saw I ping the Genji and I'm like, hey look, he's gotta die. And I'm focusing him because because obviously he gets killed with high noon, but I want to make sure that he doesn't get a chance to get blade off. Alright, Winston's in the bubble with me. The best thing I can do in this situation, like Shield's not gonna help me, right? Because Shield's not gonna protect my teammates. I have to just kill / force out the Winston. And I can't do anything about the Pharaoh when I'm in the bubble as well. So the best thing I can do is just keep attacking the Winston here. Right, he tries the bubble dance. He gets nano, right? I'm gonna try to pick him up with this nano. I somehow missed this. I think it's a line of sight problem. I'm actually curious because I remember missing this in the game. Yeah, I think it's a line of sight issue. So I should have put it deeper in, right? Because what I was trying to do is I was trying to pick up the nailed Winston to prevent him from killing my Ana, right? That was my idea of space creation, is to make the ground safe for her by taking out the Winston. I obviously failed on this. Okay, I rock the Winston again, trying to keep the Winston back. I body block him here, right? So you see I'm body blocking him to prevent him from walking at the Ana. Right? You see how he can't go after the Ana because I'm physically standing in his way. Right? And then I get the kill. Right? Meanwhile, the DPS gets a pick. I'm hoping he repeaks. Okay, this Genji is so lucky. I know the Pharaoh's gonna be a problem. I just kind of dance with her. There's Blade. I don't have Rock for this. I hit him with Rock. I think I try to bounce and get this kill. Yeah, I missed this. Yeah, I just whip it. Yeah, at this point it's kind of tough. Right, I get Mega, but there's no way I can actually win this fight. Okay. I come back as Diva. Why not a Sigma, right? Well, again, high ground control is critical here, right? This area right here can often determine who wins or loses Junkertown. So, in this situation, I play as Diva so that I can go up here and, again, chase away all the people who are sitting on high ground. It's also an excellent counter to Winston, as previously mentioned. Right? I'm trying to force out Genji here. Right? I want to make sure my team is okay. I see the Genji going after somebody, but he's also very low, so I continue, get the kill. Alright, so, space. Okay? Ash uses Bob, which is great, because Bob is already going to help, kind of create space here. I go in with the Bob, because Bob alone is not going to do very much. I go in with the Bob, right? I Matrix, I think, to make sure that Bob doesn't get hit by anything. There's nothing here to actually Matrix, but I was thinking that the Ana was going to try to sleep the Bob, is what was going on in my head. Yeah, I was expecting, I don't know when the Bob would go to the left, but that's what was going on in my head. Alright, we all get kills. I go in, right? Again, force the Pharaoh back. Space creation. Now my team's totally safe. Genji's up here. They go Zarya, right? Which is good counter against Diva. So again, you see two people trying to go to the left. Right? It's not about the kills, it's about denying space. They want to freely come to the left and then go up here. Right? You see my Zen is vulnerable over here. So I hear it / see it and immediately just boost into. I know I'm not gonna get this kill, right? The Lucio's there, right? The team's there, that's fine. But now the Ana has come over here. Okay, and the Pharaoh hasn't come up, and my Zen is alive because I took away that space. Zarya's beaming me, and just like at the beginning of the game, I can't, sit there with beam even at 0 energy. It does a lot of damage. Pharaoh comes in, all right? Again, denying space. The Pharaoh, if I don't do anything, would have stepped up and just continued shooting my Zen and would have killed my Zen. Right? I go forward, I deny space from the Zen, right? Zen goes back. I really would have left right away, but I saw the Kiriko's here. I want to make sure the Kiriko doesn't eat a rocket. So the Genji came up, was sneaky. Okay, the Genji comes up behind me because he sees this is a terrible Swift step by her. There's no reason she should have done this. So, because I'm totally fine, right? I'm not injured at all, and I'm leaving. Right? He goes for the Kiriko. I'm not fast enough to react. Right? I have to leave. All right, we're down 2 right now. I have to leave. Right? I'm just matrixing to try to prevent Blade. I see the Pharaoh's low. Comes towards her. She boosts away. Fine. Right? Just me forcing her to concussive away. Fine. I'll take it. Okay? That's already space created, right? It wasn't safe there. She had to go back. She gets healed. Now she comes back. Genji's in my face. The problem is I'm not full health. I stay on the Pharaoh. You see that movement right there is really important. Okay? I saw the Genji. I also get away from the Pharah. Right? So I turn, I look back, I look for the Pharah, I poke her a little bit just to force her back. You see, I'm shooting her. She's not moving forwards into me because she doesn't want to do it. Because she moves forwards into me, I might kill her with missiles. That's why she has to step back. I come back, I see this one-on-one is happening. I first go down to make sure that if I need to matrix, then I see that she has enough health, and I go back up to the Genji. Right? I look for the Pharah again. Again, I know their team is going to struggle to heal this Pharah, right? They don't have a Mercy here, so I could potentially kill her. You see how far back I'm forcing the DPS compared to where the fight is? Their Zarya is not doing the same thing. Like, she's moving cart. Yes, that is important, right? Cart has to move. But in this situation where I know people are still respawning, or were respawning, poking back the DPS and not getting any help for them is very, very important as well. I also can't challenge the Zarya on the cart, so there's a limit, right? I kind of need my team to force out all of her bubbles, then I can do something. So I finally drop the cart because now's the time, right? I go after Lucio first. I force beat, right? Okay, beat's here. There's nothing I can do about it. I send bomb, right? Why do I send bomb here? Because I want to send it to a back line. I saw the Ana back here. I know beat's up, but bomb I think should be able to do enough damage to kill her. Pharah's back here as well. And again, there's no good angle for me to throw it here. Like, I could try to throw it up in the air, but the timing would be really hard. Right? I put damage on the Zarya, and then I crush the Zarya. I think the Genji tries to dash me, or as he just walks out. Oh, he's running away from the bomb as well, right? So look at how much space gets created here, right? It gets sent into the back. They don't know where the bomb is. It's actually too far away to kill them in the story, but they don't know that. Okay? They all cover, right? Zarya has no bubbles. Why? My team forced out her bubbles for me because I couldn't do it, right? But I helped them out by deflecting the top high ground. And so when I come back down, I was relying that she probably didn't have any bubbles, which was correct. Right? Otherwise, she would have just bubbled this, right? Then I shoot her. Genji doesn't realize that I'm meching here. He just walks back out and dies, okay? The Ana ends up living here from the bomb, which is actually pretty bad. I should have sent the bomb closer. I sent it too far. Yeah, I should just sent it into the ground. That's fine. So I killed 2 here, right? Their tank is down. We traded for a Zen. I see this happen. I can't do anything about it because I'm slept, right? But I would have immediately gone over and helped. But I see the Pharah is dead as well. Anyway, you can see the kill feed. And now it's just chase down. Right? Both supports are there. I know I can't get them. I'm just going to fetal charge. Okay. Once again, Lucio goes. Okay. Lucio has to go, right? Why? There's no time left. Right? I focus Lucio first. Lucio's one of the most annoying people in overtime. I see the Genji's low. Genji's blades. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm going to boost into him to try to push him off course was what I tried to do here, right? That was the goal. So once that happens, there's nothing I can do about it there. I see Zarya's discorded. I focus the Zarya, right? Clearly, all of her bubbles have been used, right? Even if it wasn't, I have no choice but to try to kill her right now because Zarya will carry the fight if I don't. I shoot the Lucio. And then that's it. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful, at least a little bit, in terms of thinking about space creation, in particular on Junkertown, right? Fundamentally, it is what do I do that will make the enemy team either die or have to step back, okay? They're not going to step back on their own. And sometimes you can force them to step back, right? If you have concussive blast or you can boot people off edges or things like that. But generally, it's you put yourself in a dangerous position or put them in a dangerous position where they must go backwards or else they will die. All right. How do you actually do that is heavily dependent on which hero you have, which hero you're playing, right? As Zarya, you saw that I could force D.Va back by zapping her, okay, and by right-clicking the soldier on high ground. On D.Va, you saw me pick lots of fights with DPS on high ground that they simply could not win, okay? And you saw me fight the other DPS when I knew that we had high ground advantage and we had spam advantage, right? And like I saw that the other D.Va didn't use the matrix correctly. Like there's a lot of things there, right? There's a lot of things that went correctly there. As what else did I play here? Did I play Winston? I think I played Winston. Yeah. It's just D.Va and I played Winston at the very beginning, right? But the Winston's relevant because I functionally didn't play Winston. Right, so it's just Zarya, D.Va, Sigma, right? As Sigma, how did I create space? Right? Well, I create space by continually applying pressure to them, right? And rocking them back, right? As much as I possibly can, right? Within reason. I need to save rocks for certain things. But constantly applying the damage pressure on them to force them to not just walk into me, right? Then, when the team dives into me, I try to use rock to save teammates in particular, right? But also potentially myself, right? That's how I hold space as Sigma. Right? Big rock, kill, and so forth. Okay? Hopefully that helps space understanding, right? Also impact. I think impact is also really important to think about here, right? My impact is preventing my team from dying, getting kills, landing impactful ultimates, understanding what my job is, right? My job is not in this situation, right? My job is not to kill Anna. I think people will be like, oh, the Anna's healing everybody. As Sigma, there's nothing I can do from here. Even if I throw a rock, even if it hits her, it's going to barely inconvenience her, right? My job would be just, hey, how can I keep these two people alive as long as I possibly can, for example, right? Having impact is really important. Getting kills, landing ultimates, landing your abilities, countering their movement, that's all rolls into the general concept of impact.